Shoaib Khan is a human rights lawyer specialising in asylum and immigration law. Thank you for coming on the programme. This man is obviously potentially facing jail time as a result of the crimes he's committed. Does this not mean that he should be deported? Afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon. I think, that just depends on the circumstances, doesn't it? So we don't really have any idea. As the judge said, and as we just heard, we don't really know the situation. Obviously, from Ethiopia, there might be all sorts of situations, all sorts of reasons why he's come to the UK. So I think it would really be jumping to conclusions, and that too without really knowing anything about.
Well, we know enough about his situation, Mr. Khan, of the crimes that this man has committed. We know the situation about his asylum status. He arrived on a boat, presumably wishing to claim asylum in the UK. We know that he's from Ethiopia. He's committed a crime of sexually assaulting a woman and a 14-year-old girl. Why should he have a right to stay?
So that's the point. It just depends on his background, his childhood, what's going on in his life.
His childhood? What about the childhood of a 14-year-old that has just been ruined by being sexually assaulted by a 38-year-old asylum seeker?
Of course, and that's why we need to protect the children and provide them the support they need, and that's why he's going to jail. But if the question is what happens to him once he's done his time, so then, just like it would happen to any British person, any person in the UK.
He's not British.
Then exile them. Of course, but what I'm saying is, if the point is the safety of the children, then that is how we protect our children. We don't lock people up for life or forever or exile them just because they've committed offences like this. So I think, it should be the same standard that should apply to him as well.
Does a man whose asylum claim hasn't been tested, what right does that person have to be in this country after they have been found guilty of a serious crime, in this case, sexual assault?
Yeah, so, I'm not suggesting for a second that he has a right. I have no idea what his case is. But the point is, that's the thing. And like you just said, the asylum claim hasn't been tested. So it depends where he's come from, why he came here. And obviously, he would have to prove those things.
Do you think... OK, well, let me ask you this then. Do you think that this man, after he's committed sexual assault, if it is found that his asylum claim is legitimate, do you think it should be granted?
Yes, it depends on the case. Yes. It depends on what he's facing back home. So yes, potentially yes. I definitely
even though he sexually assaulted a 14-year-old, you think process his asylum claim. If it need, let him stay, and we can carry on having in this country a convicted sexual offender who came on a boat from Ethiopia.
I'm not sure which of those things you think undermine him. That he's from Ethiopia, he came on a boat.
I think the committing of a sexual assault of a 14-year-old girl pretty much undermines totally any asylum claim he should wish to have. The asylum claim is therefore stopped. It doesn't go through. Thanks very much. You've committed your crime. You stay in prison or whatever the sentence is. And then off you go.
But that's the thing. That's exactly what I'm saying. Obviously, the problem here, and a very serious problem, is the criminal offence, the crime, and his actions. And so that's the thing. So obviously, whether he's from Ethiopia, whether he came on a boat, those things are irrelevant. But we still need to give him a chance.
They're not irrelevant. They are not irrelevant to what now happens to this man.
I don't see what the relevance is. If he had come here on a plane,
he has no right to be here, Mr. Khan.
No, he might. But that's what I'm saying. We don't know until we test his claim. And if we already
his claim should not be tested. His claim is invalidated immediately by the fact he sexually assaulted a 14-year-old.
Regardless of where he's supposed to go back and regardless of the treatment that would be, that he faces there. That's the thing. I just don't agree with that.
If you are in serious danger of your life fleeing Ethiopia and you come to this country, don't expect any generosity if you then go and assault a 14-year-old.
Personally, I don't think it's really generosity saving someone's life. If we think, and like you just said, his life is in danger there and we're allowing him to stay here, he goes to prison for the crime, then he comes out, we try to rehabilitate him, we see what we can do, we support his victims, we support him. I don't think we're being overly generous by saying that we're not going to somehow, we're not sending you back to certain death. So I don't think that's particularly generous.
Thank you for coming on. Shoaib Khan, human rights lawyer specialising in asylum and immigration law.